getting enough rest is super important. Getting enough intentional rest, that is key. And here to explain what it is and why it matters is our local chiropractor and wellness expert, Dr. Allyson Coffin. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
For being here. Always good to see you. So this might be an obvious question, but what is the difference between just resting and intentional rest, and what are the benefits of intentional rest?
Okay, so we all know what sleep is, and that's like laying in your bed sleeping.
Yeah.
Resting and intentional rest are things that you're doing on purpose to calm down your body and your nervous system, and there's tons of benefits to doing that. So just to tell you like some examples of what intentional rest are. Intentional rest is taking a break and sitting down and not like touching an electronic and sitting there for like 1 to 5 minutes and just with your thoughts. Another one is meditation. That's very intentional rest. And then there's like some stretches or poses you can do with your body that are helpful for intentional rest as well, and they have tons of benefits.
The stretches and poses and stuff, what do those look like?
So the best one, not the best one, the one very good one to do is when you lay on your back with your legs up the wall, because it helps with circulation, and also it's in like that sleep position, so your body naturally knows to calm down when you're in that position. So that one's a really good one to do. And then another one is just sitting but not using your posture to hold your body up. You're like leaning in the back of a chair, so then you can let your diaphragm move when you're breathing for that part of intentional rest.
Okay, so what are some ways that intentional rest can improve things for us physically?
Okay, so you don't have to do it for a long period of time. They're just like little micro bursts of rest, so 1 to 5 minutes. And if you take those rest times, it decreases your inflammation and it increases your muscle recovery. So it's not just good for your brain, it's good for your body. Other things that happen during these intentional rest periods, hopefully you have a few throughout the day, is it improves your cognition, it helps you think clearer.
Yeah, but how does it help with focus and stuff like that?
Okay, so this is very interesting. So if you like remember studying like in high school and college and all those things, so a lot of people like they'll study for hours and hours and hours right before a test.
Right.
Those people typically don't remember the same amount of stuff that the people that study like for an hour one day, an hour another day, an hour another day.
Okay.
Because they take rest and their brain has time to digest that material.
Because you're not just cramming it
You're
all
not jamming
in.
it into your brain.
Okay.
And then the other thing is like if you are a jammer, like before a test or before like whatever you have going on, if you take 5-minute breaks in between like the large chunks of things that you're learning, your brain will retain the information better as well.
Hey.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want that?
Everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how does not getting rest impact our hormones, and how can intentional rest help with that?
Okay, so when you don't have intentional rest, your cortisol spikes. Cortisol is our stress hormone.
Right.
Cortisol causes all sorts of good things when we need to have stress in our body. Cortisol is a natural hormone. It's also not great when we have an excess of it. So you can have physical features of increased cortisol. Your face is rounder. You get belly fat way quicker when you have a lot of cortisol. And your body feels bad. Your muscles don't recover, and you just feel like in a constant state of fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back to how people can kind of add this into their lives. Some people might see the segment and go, wait a second, I don't have time to do this 3 to 4 times a day.
For sure.
When do you recommend people add in some of these stretches or poses or intentional moments?
So let's say you drive to work and it's only 5 days a week, great. When you drive there, sit in your car for 1 minute before you open the door and go out. That is a rest period, and no one's gonna care on the 1 minute situation. Same thing when you leave. Like a lot of us are like rushing to get home or rushing to get to the next thing. But
Always.
but just sit there for a second. Or if you're your kids like soccer practice or lacrosse or their band concert, like before you get out of the car, sit there and breathe. Or if you're sitting in the stadium or the seats or whatever those are called,
Yes.
You can breathe in those moments, and like sometimes you're socializing with your friends when you're there, but other times you're sitting there by yourself. Like you can sit there and breathe and not instantly start scrolling.
Right.
Like it's not socially awkward to sit there and breathe. It's okay.
No, it's really,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
No one's gonna judge you. What are some signs that the intentional rest is working?
So you'll have more mental clarity. You'll be able to remember things better. You'll be nicer to be around. So yeah.
Love that.
And you'll feel nicer in your own body. So when you have full chronic fatigue, most of us know what that feels like because they've had it for like some sort of chunk of our life. You don't feel that anymore. Like your body feels nice, like it's supporting you and you're supporting it.
I feel like this is something we can all get behind.
Yeah.
Awesome, great tips. Thanks so much for coming in and chatting with us. And if you want to learn more about intentional rest, just head to the 207 section of our website and app. And don't go anywhere, we've got more of our show for you right after this.